time now for this week's Royals Report. Prince Harry was reportedly prank called at his home in Canada by Russian hoaxers pretending to be activist Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, in the phone call, the Duke of Sussex allegedly said he was completely separate from most of the royal family. So BBC royal correspondent Sarah Campbell joins us now with more on this. These guys have done this to like other famous people, but I don't know. I don't think it's very funny. I don't know.
I never thought find these things funny.
No. So let's talk about this hoax call and what else was said on it.
Yeah, well, the Queen herself was hoaxed back in 1995, so no one's immune. I should say Buckingham Palace haven't commented, so they haven't said whether this is Harry or not, even though the voice sounds like him, and one would assume that they would have said it wasn't him if it wasn't him, so let's assume that it is. Not surprisingly, because he thought he was talking to Greta Thunberg, most of the conversation is around sort of climate change and the environment. Few of the key quotes. Prince Harry says that Donald Trump has blood on his hands for increasing coal production in the US. He also said that 17-year-old Greta would outsmart the US president if they met him. There were some other comments about some British politicians, and he was also duped into answering questions about his family. Of course, the split, them stepping back as senior royals. He said about that, sometimes the right decision isn't always the easy one, but it was the right decision for our family and the right decision to be able to protect our son. He also said, sort of going forward, if you like, a nod to what comes next, being in a different position now gives us the ability to say things and do things that we might not have been able to do. So perhaps a clue there that going forward, on the record, Prince Harry and Meghan may tell us a little bit more about what they really think.
Prince Harry and Meghan made their last public appearance as working members of the royal family, as you know. They were joined by the Queen and other senior royals at a service honoring the British Commonwealth at Westminster Abbey. So what was the mood throughout the ceremony?
Yeah, I mean, the significance of that was it was the first time that they'd all been seen in public together since news of this split from the royal family was made known. So you can imagine lip readers and body language experts were in high demand, watching everything that they did. Last year, the Commonwealth Day ceremony, William and Catherine and Harry and Meghan followed directly behind the Queen to their seats. This year, the couples were shown separately to their seats, and much was made of the fact that when William and Catherine came to their seats, there really was the briefest of acknowledgements to Harry and Meghan, and then really very little interaction throughout the service. Harry, you might say, looked pretty pensive throughout the service. Meghan smiled a lot, and as far as we're aware, there are no more official public engagements until March 31st. That's the key date when they officially step back as senior members of the royal family and begin their new life in North America.
They've actually been quite busy while they're in the UK. What other events did they attend?
Yeah, this has been sort of dubbed their farewell tour over the last week. So on last Thursday night at the Endeavour Fund Awards, or an award for sort of military servicemen and women, that was the first time Meghan had been back in the country at a public engagement since January. She was out with Harry. On Saturday night, again, the two of them were at another military sort of celebration at the Royal Albert Hall. And it's worth bearing in mind that, of course, Harry, as a former soldier, having to break those ties officially with those military services has been a very difficult decision for him. And then on Friday, Meghan made a surprise visit to a school in East London. This was to mark International Women's Day. It was a surprise visit. You can see that the children were very excited when Meghan went into the room, and particularly the head boy, who was asked to come on stage, make a few comments, and he talked about how beautiful she is. And I think watching those pictures, one's reminded how Meghan appeals particularly to younger people, people that maybe wouldn't have seen the royal family as particularly relevant, but you can see there the interest, the star power that she has, and it's pretty much it. I think royal commentators, members of the public, still wondering how it's come to an end quite so quickly.
Sarah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sarah.